Hi friends, welcome to Taxpuram. Today we are going to discuss about TCS, which is the latest update in the Income Tax Act. There are a lot of questions and clarifications going on this TCS and a lot of people having confusions. So we have an expert here, Mr. Swaroop, who is a chartered accountant by profession in Chennai. So we will be going to ask multiple questions with him regarding TCS and we are going to get answer from him. Hi Swaroop.
Hello.
Today, I think we'll be asking a lot of questions to Swaroop, which is the mostly FAQs. I think he's going to enlighten us on the TCS part.
It's a pleasure to come into this discussion, and once we go through the FAQs, I think most of us will understand better what is this TCS all about.
Thank you. So today the first question for you is, what is this TCS? One thing, whether this TCS will come under Income Tax Act or GST, because a lot of people get confused because it is all this concept is already there in income tax as well as now newly introduced in GST. This concept, this particular TCS on sale of goods, is especially for the income tax or GST. I'm getting a lot of confusion.
So to start with TCS, TCS means tax collected at source. Is this a new concept for us? No. TCS for many transactions, it's been there from past so many number of years. Certain things to make you feel related or comfortable is any car you purchase more than 10 lakhs, your seller will ask you to pay TCS on top of it. If you are in scrap or liquor business, TCS is not new to you. Now, in order to better tracking and better collection, government has introduced this TCS on sale of good under Income Tax Act, and this is nowhere related to GST. It's only income tax.
Okay. So my next question is, to whom this TCS is applies and when I need to collect the TCS?
This TCS is applicable to all persons who are trading in goods, that is purchase and sale of goods or manufacture and sale of goods. For everybody, this TCS is applicable. Okay, when it gets really applicable is if the transaction to a particular person, that is you are selling to a particular person during the financial year, that is between April 1st to 31st of March. If you are selling or purchasing from a particular person for more than 50 lakh, this TCS is applicable.
So do you mean to say that it is applicable only for transaction with the goods, not in terms of services, right?
No, it is applicable only for transaction with goods.
So no services?
No.
Let's say I am dealing with a service provider who is having an annual turnover of 10 crores. I'll be providing services to my clients more than 50 lakhs in one transaction or series of transactions. So there is no TCS on this, right?
There is no TCS. Reason being, it is already been tracked under various TDS provisions. That could be 194C or 194J.
Okay, that at least good part. Okay. So now my question is, these 50 lakhs, when I need to take, let's say this is the first year I started my business and I am doing a 50 lakh turnover with one single person. So do I need to collect TDS?
Okay, for that we have to understand when this section gets triggered. This section gets triggered when in your previous year, if your turnover is more than 10 crores, only then this particular section will trigger. What does that mean? In last year of your business, that is last April to March, if your total turnover is more than 10 crore, then this particular section is applicable. For the current year, even though you have crossed more than 10 crores this year, this provision is not applicable for you. It is applicable only in the future years.
Okay. So the next question is, what is the rate of this TCS? Whether it is applicable for the current year, if it is applicable, is there any changes because of this COVID issues and all?
Okay, this particular section is coming into effect on 1st of October 2020. That is any purchase or sale if you do with a single person or already done it for more than 50 lakh, for all those transactions, this particular provision is applicable. 1, 2, what is the rate at which I have to collect this TCS? If the person is providing either Aadhar or PAN, the rate is 0.1%. If he is not providing PAN or Aadhar, then the percentage is 1%. This is in the normal scenario, due to this COVID situation, government has given us certain lenience in this rate, where if your vendor or client is providing you PAN or Aadhar, the percentage is 0.075 percentage. If he is not providing either Aadhar or PAN, then the percentage is 0.75%.
So it's all depends on PAN and Aadhar. Please, those who don't got your PAN and Aadhar, please link those things. So in order to get a lower percentage, is that right, Swaroop? Right?
Linking is not mandated here. What a government is asking is to either quote PAN or Aadhar. Anyhow, to add your point, linking of Aadhar is being extended till 31st of March.
But do I need to is it like a replaceable? If I'm not giving PAN, is it okay that if I give only Aadhar?
Yes, either PAN or Aadhar, anything is fine.
Okay.
But one of the documents is must.
Super. So to understand, can you let us know a small example so that it is easy to comprehend?
Yeah, even for me to explain the particular concept, it will be easy if we take an example. So let's take there is one business unit with name Balaji Enterprises. Between April 2019 to March 2020, his turnover is 20 crores. As we discussed, if it is more than 10 crores, for him this TCS provision is applicable. During the year 20 and 21, he has done a business or raised a bill to Mr. Suresh and Co. for 70 lakh rupee. Okay, in different bills, like one bill is for 10 lakhs, the other bill is for 20 lakh, the other bill is for 30 lakh, and final bill was 10 lakh rupee, totaling to 70 lakh rupee. For this particular transaction, if TCS is applicable or not? Yes, the TCS is applicable. It is not one single transaction, it is cumulative of transactions that has occurred in one particular year. So in our case, in our case, the total billing is 70 lakh rupee. For this 70 lakh rupee, let's take for our discussion sake 0.1%, which is 7,000 rupees is applicable. This 7,000 rupees, Balaji and Co has to collect it from Suresh and Co.
Okay, great. So all this fine. In this example, I want to know when I need to pay this TCS to the government.
So yeah, whenever you collect it from your customer, you have to pay it to the government. So what is the due date to pay it to the government? It is 7th of next month in which you have collected is the due date. Say for example, you have collected in the month of April, then your due date is 7th of May.
Okay. So, do you mean to say if I raise an invoice in this month, I need to pay this TCS in the next month?
No, it is not that way. While raising your invoice, yes, after your or general invoice format is this way, your product will have some X value. On top of it, you will add GST to it, and including the GST is what is called as total invoice value. On this total invoice value, you have to add an additional component which is called as TCS at applicable percentage and give the invoice. So your question here is, whenever I raise the invoice, does that mean I have collected? And once it is collected, if do I have to pay it in the by 7th of next month? Is that correct?
Yeah.
So for to answer to that part, no. When you raise the invoice, you need not pay, or raising of invoice is not what is called as collection or collected. What is collection or collected is when your customer is paying you the money. If he has paid total 70 lakh, which means you have to pay TCS in full. If he has paid only part of the invoice, only the part of invoice for which TCS is applicable has to be remitted within the due date.
Let's say I have done a transaction around 70 lakhs with a particular client. So he is paying me 30 lakhs now. So do I need to pay the TCS on the 30 lakhs part or 70 lakhs part?
You have to pay it only on the 30 lakh part. For our discussion sake, keeping at 1.1%, which is 3,000 rupees, has to be remitted to the government.
Super. Yeah. So this TCS, do I need to collect on the GST part also?
Yes, you have to collect on the base value of good plus GST on your total invoice value, you have to collect this TCS.
Okay. So sale of goods means what? Like let's say I'll be doing local sales, exports, imports, all those things. So if I'm exporting, do I need to collect TCS on that part also?
So trading of goods or sale of goods, TCS is applicable. One and only exemption for which TCS is not applicable, or the section which is not covered, is if you are doing an export sale. Okay, if you are doing an export sale, then TCS is not applicable.
Okay. So now my important question is, you said that this TCS is applicable on 1st October 20, but let's say in April 2020, I have done a transaction for 1 crore with my client, but the payment is receiving after October 20. So what is my position now?
Okay, to answer it, first April 20, none of the no business has happened in India thanks to COVID. However, to answer your question, in a hypothetical situation where you have made a sale in April 20 and you are receiving that particular amount, say in October or November, and you are saying that the transaction is more than 50 lakh, even for that collection also you have to collect TCS. Here, next question of yours will be, I raised only for 70 lakhs or 1 crore while doing the actual transaction. Now you are asking for the additional 7,000. What is the documentation that you have to follow? Just raise a debit note in his name for this additional TCS amount, collect it and remit it to the government.
Okay. So even if you receive the entire payment, I need to insist from my client that boss, please raise a debit note and I to collect the amount and pay to the government.
It is you who have to raise the debit note.
Okay. To my client.
Yeah, to your client and get that 7,000 or 1,000 or 10,000 as applicable for the transaction and remit the receipts to the government.
Good. Okay. So you know that in India we are going into a lot of pressure. Let's say if I'm not paying before 7th of the next month, so what is the consequences of it?
The consequence is you have to pay the TCS including interest, which is 1%. That is, this 1% is not applicable from the 7th of next month. This is applicable from the date of transaction itself. Say for example, April 2021, you have made a transaction for 70 lakh rupee. The client or your customer was very good. He paid immediately through your banking channels whole 70 lakh plus TCS of 7,000, which is 70 lakh 7,000 rupees on say 15th of April 2021. You are liable to pay this 7,000 by 7th of May 2021. If you are not going to pay by 7th of May 2021, you will be paying 1% interest per month from April itself. So which means April and May for 2 months you will be paying at 1%, totaling to 2%.
So this 2% is applicable on the entire value or on the TCS part?
It is applicable only on the TCS part.
Great. And the next question is, let's say I'm doing a turnover of 1 crore with a party. So do I need to collect on the entire 1 crore, the 1% should be applicable on the entire 1 crore, or this 50 lakhs, I can reduce it to the balance 50 lakhs only I need to charge?
Okay, to elaborate this or for greater clarity, I'll itself shoot certain examples. Say in our initial example where Suresh and Co has bought for 70 lakh rupee. Let's take the same example where it was 10 lakh, 30 lakh, 20 lakh and 10 lakh. So for first 10, 20 and 30, for the 60 lakh of invoice, first 50 lakh you need not collect any TCS. Okay. For the 60th lakh billing only you have to collect. From 50th lakh only you have to collect for ever. Say on the other side you have made 70 lakh in one shot, then TCS is applicable on the whole invoice.
So if I made a series of payments, let's say my fourth transaction only I'm exceeding the 50 lakh limit. So the entire transaction value till the fourth transaction is let's say 60 lakhs. So do you mean to say that I need to collect TCS only on the 10 lakhs part?
Yes. You have to collect only on that particular 10 lakhs part.
So, but if I do a transaction, a single transaction of 70 lakhs, I need to collect TCS on the whole
on the whole
70 lakhs.
amount.
Okay,
Yes.
so thank you, Swaroop.
Thank you. It's pleasure having this discussion. Hope we continue this in future.
So I think that Swaroop has answered a lot of questions. I think you got clarification, but still, if you have any doubts, we have attached a small PDF on this in description. So where it has all the FAQs for your clarifications, please see that. Still, if you have any queries, you can comment in the comment section. We are ready to answer you. Hope this video is very useful for you. For regular updates, please like, share, or subscribe our channel. Thank you.